Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I start today's video, I just want to quickly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do hope your day is going fantastic and your journey to self-betterment is going better than fantastic. Today I wanted to talk about something very important and thank you all for your wonderful comments at the same time. Many of you have a lot of great questions, comments and insights. And how this ties in with the subject of today. Is a subscriber mentioned how my videos on the narcissistic do test saved them from entering into a toxic marriage, and how they were able to get away from such a situation because of this content. And I will go a step further. I also will say many of the comments on those videos, with many of your stories and insights, helps hammer in the truth spoken in these videos talking about the narcissistic do test. You see, this is where I've been saying, this is a spiritual battle. True enough in your personal one-on-one dealings with a narcissist. Do what you can to quietly and safely slip away out the back door without being detected so they don't turn their wrath on you. No need to tell them what they are and what they are doing, because they clearly know in most cases, though they act as if they might not. And regardless if they don't, it's not your job to tell them. Your job is to get yourself to safety. That's it. However, once you've learned more about how these toxic evil people think and act in this world, and how it relates to you and others, if you can, safely and in your own way, again if you can, share this information. Because you never know who's going to find this information in a time they really need it. It's so important. If it wasn't for all of the content creators and blog writers out there, most of us would be in the dark. We would second guess ourselves right into a bad marriage, a bad so-called friendship, a bad business deal, and the list goes on and on. And narcissists can't stand this fact that you are getting wise to their games. And one of their games is the narcissist do test. And for some of you new people to this channel, go back and search right here on this channel, do. And you will find all if not most of my videos where I talk about this dynamic or evil thing the narcissist attempts to do to you. But with that said, I will speak about it briefly here, since some of you might be new. You see, the narcissist when they first meet you, they might attempt to be your best friend. They might attempt to be your soulmate. They might show up with help with problems that you are having in your life, financial and emotional. You will be on cloud 9 thinking you have met this most best life partner or best of friend in the world. How lucky are you, right? You are now finally getting the blessing of a true real friend that cares about you. Again you feel on cloud 9. Here you are. You've had this rough life. Possibly you had terrible narcissistic parents. But you might have not learned about what their problem was or is as of yet. You just might know they make you feel terrible and you can't trust them. But all of a sudden someone really appears to love you. The key word here is appears. And throughout this process without you knowing it, you become chemically bonded to this person. Because your brain will produce happy drug-like chemicals. Chemicals that your brain and body aren't used to. Because you've been love-starved for so long. This is narcissistic love bombing at its heights. And there are some really slick love bombers out there. And I think, or what it seems to be in today's society, is this is starting to be accepted as a normal form of behavior in order to get someone under your control to get what you want. Because it seems to be popping up nearly everywhere. And it has tons of people champion these toxic ways. And the few that challenge it, society quickly tries to find reasons why they are wrong. But the good news is some people are indeed starting to listen to some of these small voices. But with that being said, after the love bombing, the narcissist now must number 1 take away the fake love they've been giving to you, in order to see how addicted you are to them, and to see if you are willing to go along with poor treatment. Hence the name the narcissist do test. Because the fact is they are really testing you like a rat in a maze. For instance, when you first meet or start dating someone like this, treat your word, ideas, and opinions as gold. If they have a question about something important, they might come to you first for the answer. And this really makes you feel good that they trust you and think you have some smarts about yourself. Well, when they do this narcissistic do test, on a dime, and I mean on a dime, they turn around and treat you like you are not very bright. They second guess your opinions and things you say. They might trust a stranger at the mall before they trust you. And again, most of this will happen on a dime. Things are going great in the relationship. Then one day, you are out and about, and they will ask you the answer for something. And just like normal, you will give the answer. And it will be likely to something really simple. And they will act like there is no way you can be right. Now first off, they asked you the question. Why are they treating you poorly over the answer you gave? That's the wrong debate to get into with the narcissist. Because you are showing that it greatly bothers you and that you are willing to argue with the narcissist even over something where you are obviously in the right. Also, if you are in public, they will possibly fact-check your answer to this simple question with a waiter, or someone next to you, or they will get you to do it. Oh, you think you are so right? Why don't you ask them what they think? And sure enough, they prove you right. The stranger gave the same answer as you did. But you still lost in this exchange. Because this was a test. It was a test to see what hoops you would jump through and how much disrespect you are willing to tolerate. And do not confuse your arguing back with standing up for yourself. Because you arguing your points with someone that already knows the truth is just playing their game. And they know that. However, if you just let it slide off of your shoulder, play dumb, change the subject, but quietly taking note in your mind, this is a better show of strategy and strength. Don't show the narcissists your hand. And this is a terrible thing because we want to be an open book. But we have to know, this is not the best thing. Even the Bible talks about guarding your heart and your thoughts around people that can do harm to you. Keep it to yourself. Really. The do test can be you being late by 5 minutes to pick them up to go to dinner. And they might yell and scream at you during the car ride over to the restaurant. This is when you probably want to record for your safety and be as calm as possible. They will accuse you of being a loser. They will say you are cheating, when they are likely the one cheating. And they will say how you have poor time management skills, when this is the first time you were late in 9 months of knowing them. And you're only 5 minutes to go to dinner. It's nothing that should cause such a problem. But they are now yelling and calling you names. Now what I want you to understand is, they have done this testing routine to many people before. And when they met you, they were looking for a time to rip the love bombing away from you and to scream in your face. Or possibly accuse you of something you didn't do. All to see what your reaction might be. Are you going to plead your case and try to convince them that you are trying to do things right, when they already know that you are? Or are you going to try to defuse the situation by changing the subject in whatever way you can, so you can get enough distance from this person where you can politely call off the relationship? Because if you keep going forward, they know the test was successful and they now have you right where they want you. The do test can be as simple as they will treat you again like you are their best friend or spouse or whatever. And then out of the blue they call you a really bad name, in a way that doesn't seem like a joke. But they will try to pass it off as one. Or they might embarrass you in front of others. when before you were held up like you could do no wrong. Maybe you might trip on the rug bumping into the person you are dating. Instead of them saying "Are you okay?" and checking to make sure things are fine, they will possibly accuse you of being clumsy and that you bumped into them on purpose, as if you are abusive to them, when months before you were held up as the best boyfriend or girlfriend around. Please know, people that really care about you don't switch on a dime like this. And no, it's not that just people are having bad days. That's a big one narcissists love to gaslight you with. Or project. They want you to think that might be the case, that they had a bad day, just to string you along and get you to play their game and get sucked into their world of narcissistic abuse. It's a test. And some of you are using this information to avoid narcissists. You are able to see what is happening. Slow things down. And get out the back door nice and quietly before it's all too late. This information is so important. Because like I said in the last video, narcissism is taking center stage now. Much like the Bible speaks of. And narcissists are showing off with how much evil they can literally get away with, and how many people they can use and abuse and mistreat. And how many people they can indoctrinate into acting just like them. And they get applause from many. Narcissism is dancing around in a circle, saying, "Watch me work. Watch me work." It's acting like as if there are no checks and balances. But that's where you and I come in. These videos and stories are reaching people. And other content creators that make similar content are doing the same. And what is happening as a result? It's allowing you to slow things down. You can see the hustle and scam before the hustle and scam happens. So you can get away. You can keep calm. And you can just slow things down. And you become one less person that they can use as narcissistic supply. Because you are important. Don't let someone feed on your energy. But use your energy to have a great life and do wonderful things. And possibly God will send you a decent friend or even a spouse. But trust the gut feelings he gives you about such people. If he tells you to leave, leave. Slow things down. And listen. You might just hear the warnings he has for you. With that said, I'm so glad the subscriber that left this comment about the do test was able to see the red flags and was able to get free before it was too late. I'm so happy about that. I really am. I'm curious. How has this information about narcissism changed your life? Has it helped you learn how to slow things down? I would like to know. With that said, I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.